If you're considering rent vesting, listen up, let's run it. If you're looking at rent vesting, one of the main things I look at as your mortgage broker is, are you actually benefiting from this rent vesting strategy? One of the main ways I figure it out is, are you living with mum and dad, or are you room sharing? The main reason for this is because with these two, you pay minimal rent. With mum and dad, a lot of the time it's nothing. And with room sharing, it might only be say 200, maybe 400 bucks per week that you're paying, which we all know this is bugger all. If you were to go get a house for 700 grand in say Melbourne, then you might be paying say $700 per week. Or, you know, if you bought it, depending on where you live, if it's Sydney or Brisbane, Australia, well, then the rent could be significantly more than this, right? So the issue with paying normal rent is it doesn't actually help you with the rent vesting strategy. It'll actually lower how much you can borrow. So where people benefit from the rent vesting strategy is if they're either living with mum and dad or they're room sharing and pay a bugger all in rent. So then what they do is, if it's an owner occupied, they might only be able to borrow say $500,000 in this case, but then because they're renting with say mum and dad or room sharing, if they bought it as an investment, well guess what? They've got the rent from this property, which might be say $600 per week, and then the bank will do something called a notional rent, which is $600 per month that you're paying towards rent. That's significantly cheaper than anything over here, which then means your borrowing power goes up and you might be able to borrow for 800K. So what this is doing is it's switching from a 500K purchase to an 800K purchase. But the thing you need to note is typically you need more deposit to do this because you don't get any of the grants or anything like that. However, if you have a guarantor, you can actually use a guarantor for investment. So it's something that can be done.